Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Huawei ICT Competition 2024 to 2025 Global Final Enablement live stream for the practice competition. Today, we will have the enablement for the cloud track, network track, and the, I'm sorry, for the cloud track, network track, and the computing track. And now we can give the floor to our instructor, Miss Kong Mingnuan.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wang. And I want to say welcome again to all of the participants here in our meeting room. So I guess you are from different areas, from different countries, and wherever you're from, if you know anyone else who are interested in today's enablement for the global final competition, please make sure you invite them to our live stream here, because today there will be a lot of useful information provided to you. And now, before we start with today's enablement, please allow me to give a little bit self-introduction. So, my Chinese name is Kong Mingnuan, and you can also call me Emma if you want. EMMA is my English name. I've been involved in the ICT training industry for more than 7 years, and I am mainly responsible for the training delivery for different overseas countries trainings, such as the European countries and maybe Mid East countries and some um, Asia countries as well as some Africa countries. So I will not read all of them. Well, I guess the training that you guys must be most interested in, or the part that you must be most interested in, is the Huawei ICT competition experiences of mine. So I have supported more than three global final competition for ICT competition for more than 3 years, which means every time when it comes to the month of May, I will go to Shenzhen, the HQ of Huawei, to support this competition. Okay, and today I will tell you many of the things that you have to know before you come to Shenzhen to participate in the global final. So before we start with the introduction, please, I want to have a little bit questionnaire. I want to have a little bit survey among you guys. So if you have ever participated in the global final competition in Shenzhen, please type 1, okay, in the chat box. If you have never participated in the global final, I'm talking about global final, okay? If you have never participated in the global final, please type 0 in the chat box, so I will be able to see how familiar you guys are with the process on the day of global final. Okay, I see. So it seems like only very few of you have been to Shenzhen. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, some of you are from Angola. Nice. Africa, friends. So, okay. So today I'm going to introduce to you the examination process and examination environment. These two parts would be very, very important if you have never been to Shenzhen for the global final in the past. Okay, so please make sure you will listen carefully about these two parts. And of course, today I will try to cover some of the key points of examinations. However, today, since we need to cover three tracks, right, from cloud track, computing track, as well as the network track. So maybe I can't cover too much details, but I will, of course, cover every track, okay, but not too detailed. And the last, I will introduce to you how you can get yourself better prepared before the final global final. Okay, so during my explanation, if you have any questions, you can leave your questions in the chat box, like what you have just did. Okay, leave your messages in the chat box, and me and the staff will check it time to time. Maybe 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes I will check it. Okay, when I have the time. Okay. So first of all, I want to explain to you where you are at the moment. Maybe some of you, including the South Africa countries, have just finished the regional stage competition. So, uh, of course, people who are joining in this meeting now, you must have passed the preliminary stage, national stage, and maybe you have passed the regional stage. Maybe you haven't. Doesn't matter. What we are going to introduce to you now is the global stage, which means you will no longer compete against the teams from the same region. For example, you will no longer compete against the teams from Africa. No, you are going to, in the global stage, different teams from different countries. You are going to gather together in Shenzhen, the HQ of Huawei. Uh, we will have some friends from Africa, some friends from Europe, from Mid East, and maybe from Asia, different countries, as well as the students from China, of course. So different teams are going to join us in Shenzhen for the global final. And what would be the form? Would be the examination be? It's going to be an 8-hour examination. So in the regional stage, you only had like 4 hours for the experimental exam, but this time, in May, in Shenzhen, you're going to have 8 hours to finish the examination. 3 of you, okay? You will have 8 hours for the day to do the examination, which is apparently a lab. Okay, and or let's say an experiment. And the difficulty level would no longer just be IP or IE. It's going to be even more difficult than IE level. Okay, and you have to work together as a group, as a team, to finish the questions in the examination or in the experiments together. Of course, you can say one of you would be responsible for some of the questions and the others will be responsible for the rest of the questions. That's fine. But you have to participate as a group. So you have to cooperate with the others. This is the global stage. Okay, now let me tell you something about what would happen on the day of global final. So first of all, of course, you will be informed to arrive before that day, and you will get settled the day before the global final. And on the global final day, you are going to arrive a little bit earlier than the beginning time of the examination. So everybody would be seated in different classrooms. For example, maybe the team from South Africa and the team from North Africa countries, maybe they will be seated in the same classroom, and maybe the students from Europe, they will be seated in another classroom, depending on how many people we have for different teams. Anyway, you will be able to know which classroom you should go to, and after everybody gets seated in the classroom, we will give everybody 30 minutes to do some preparations. So let me tell you what will happen before the examination for the 30 minutes here. The vigilators, they are going to check out, we are going to check out like if you are really the one who should be registered with the competition, okay? Um, and of course, we need to ask you to sign in. Okay, the invigilator, we're going to ask you to sign in on the table. We will confirm your identity, maybe your passport, right? And you have to sign the confidentiality agreements. So, during these 30 minutes, you will be allowed, listen carefully here, okay? Before we start the examination, um, we will give you 30 minutes and you are allowed to open the laptop that we provide to you, which means in the global final, you don't have to bring your own laptop. All of the laptops, they will be provided officially by Huawei. Okay. You don't have to bring your laptop. We will prepare it for you with the basic softwares like, of course, the Windows operation systems and Office softwares and the screenshot softwares. Everything are prepared inside it. And you can open the laptop before we start examination. You can check if the basic functions are working properly in the laptop. Okay. And on in the laptop, we will prepare some examination guidance. For example, tell you how you can open your questions of the examinations and how you should submit the questions. Some guidance like that. Okay, all of these are prepared. So this is the first thing happens before the examination. Okay, 30 minutes. And after the invigilator read through the rules to everyone at about 9 o'clock, we will officially start the examination. And only after we officially start the examination will you be able to read the questions. Okay, the questions won't open to everyone, even though you can open a website, but the questions won't be available until we start the examination officially. And we will start the clocking of the 8 hours from about 9 o'clock, which means every team will have 8 hours to finish your questions. Your questions is fair to everybody. And we will not stop clocking even if maybe some of team wants to take a short break or if you want to take your lunch break. No, the time will never stop clocking. But you are free to go to the restroom or get yourself a cup of coffee or something. You're free to go to do something like that. But the time will still be clocking so you can arrange your own time properly. Now, what I want to tell you about the what about the 8 hours lab examination is that although I had just said you are allowed to go to the restroom or we have prepared some coffee break outside the classroom so that you will not starve. Don't worry about that. However, during your leave from the classroom, please do not try to cheat, okay? Because you are in the HQ of Huawei, and of course we have some cameras and we have staff for this competition everywhere in every corner. So please do not try to cheat because someone else in the past they once tried to cheat during that time. So please do not cheat, and you would absolutely be fined if you cheated. Okay. And during the examination, everybody should submit your mobile phone to the invigilator. We will put it at the back end of the classroom. Please do not try to keep some mobile phone to yourself in your bags. If we find it out when that you are using it during the examination, even though it's the mobile phone from your teacher or something, you will absolutely being fined for that. Okay, we will not allow that. Okay, we will punish such kind of behaviors absolutely. So it is fair to everybody. No mobile phone, no cheating, please, during the examination. Let's make it fair to everybody. And um, and we will go around to everybody, make sure that nobody is cheating. Okay, this is what happens during the 8 hours. What is more, we have prepared as well because Huawei wants to provide you with a better experience during the examination. So we have prepared some lunch boxes or maybe some lunch for you. But the details of that lunch we will tell you during the examination. So it's up to you if you want to have that lunch or you just want to stay in the classroom to continue the lab. Okay. But again, even though you can go outside the classroom to take a 20 minutes lunch, we will still have some invigilator there to make sure nobody is cheating. Okay, so no cheating for everybody. Sorry about talking about all of these things here, but really in the previous competitions there was indeed some teams trying to cheat. So I have to repeat about this. Let's make it fair for everybody. Okay. And last of all, after the examination, which means after the 8 hour has finished, nobody can be allowed to continue the operations that is related with the lab operation. For example, if you're in the cloud track, you will no longer be allowed to create some ECS resources or um, typing some command lines. No, that's not allowed anymore. And the only thing you can do after the examination is somehow like rename the screenshots that you have taken during the examination or reorganize the answers that you have made during the examination. Okay, you can somehow extract it or unextract it. Okay, and we will leave you 30 minutes after the examination. The invigilator will come to every team and make sure that every team has submitted the answers properly. Oh, by the way, maybe you will come together with your coach or let's say a guidance, okay, a coach or an instructor together with you. But during the examination, the coach will not be allowed to enter the classroom or talk to you or give you any guidance outside the classroom or inside the classroom. This is absolutely not allowed. Okay, the coach can only be allowed to wait somewhere outside the classroom until the examination finishes. Okay, and well, yeah, that's basically everything. So, any questions about this part, the examination process? So, if I am clear, please type 1 in the chat box. Thank you. So, Yahasafi said, is it allowed to talk with other teams during lunch break? I'm afraid it's not allowed. Okay, you can only talk to your own teammate. And by the way, in invigilator, for example, maybe I would also be responsible as an invigilator. And of course, the invigilators, they know how to answer the questions, but we are not allowed to provide any technical support to you. We are only there to make sure that everybody is following the rules, nobody is cheating, and make sure that there is no problem, for example, about the resource provided, make sure the cloud resources or the devices are working properly. But any questions related with and the technical support in the questions, we are not allowed to support you. It's fair for everybody. You have to solve it by yourself. We will not provide support for that part. Okay, we will not answer your questions unless it's something like your computer has dead or powered off. Maybe you can ask us to give you another one. Okay. Okay, thank you for your answer. And let's check out with the second part, examination environment. So first of all, no matter if it's a network track, cloud track, or computing track, you will have 3 people in the same team, and you will be provided with 1 computer for every one, which means you will have 3 computers in total, and all of the basic softwares would be installed. Just like what I said, the Google browser and something like the database data sets you might going to use in the big data questions, or the Word, Office, the Office series of softwares, which actually I don't think you need it. And let me think what else. Something like the screenshot softwares. Anyway, every software that you might need to use, they have already been installed. Okay, we have a very professional team there in Shenzhen. So before you come to Shenzhen, we will examine on every computer, making sure that it is well prepared. Okay, it is prepared in advance. So the cooperation method would be slightly different between network check and cloud and computing check. So for the network check, first of all, you will need to use the ENSP simulator to answer the questions. Okay, so the version it is ENSP, not ENSP Pro, first of all, just the ENSP. And second, you see every team will have 3 computers, right? So there will be one computer performs the role as the primary computer. As for the other 2 computers, they're going to work as a secondary computer. These 2 computers will be allowed to log into the primary computer using the method of remote desktop connection. So the rest of the 2 computers are actually remotely logged into the primary computer, and the 3 computers will be allocated in the same network segment, which means actually 3 of you in the network check. Let me repeat again. In the network check, 3 of you are actually operating on the same computer, which is the primary computer, okay? And at the end of the examination, the answers of the network check, we don't need any screenshots. What the answer that we are going to collect is configuration files on the computer. And since 3 of you are actually operating in the same computer, so we will collect the answer from the primary computer, which is the primary answers. Okay, so this is about the network check. And during the 8 hours, you are actually operating on the same computer. Although, of course, you can have 3 computers to operate. As for the cloud check and computing check, we will, of course, again give you 3 computers for everyone. And you can use the browser, Google Chrome browser, to log into the Huawei Cloud platform, which is the public cloud, to finish the cloud check questions and the computing check questions. Okay, and basically in the cloud check or in the computing check, there are 3 directions, right? If you know well about these tracks. For example, for the cloud check, we have 3 directions, including cloud, AI, and big data. So most of the scenarios, what I have seen is that candidates will be responsible for each direction on each computer. So that's what is happening. And they are going to, of course, take in the screenshots for different directions. And you see the screenshots will be somehow. Let me show you the second. Where is the? Oh, here. So for let's take the cloud check for example. So you're working in a team based on 3 members, right? And in the cloud check, maybe one of your teammates will be responsible for cloud on computer 1. The second one will be responsible for big data on computer 2. AI is on the third one. And in the cloud check and the computing check, we will collect the answers by asking you to take the screenshots. Okay, to take the screenshots. So, which means on computer 1, it will have some screenshots for the cloud questions. On computer 2, there will be some screenshots about big data, and the third one would be about AI questions. So different computer would have different screenshots at the moment, and you can collect gather all of the screenshots after everybody finish your questions afterwards onto one computer, Okay, put your questions, answers, the screenshots into one computer eventually, and provide finished screenshots to the invigilator at the last stage here after the examination. So my suggestion is that during 8 hours, you can just do the questions independently from 3 computers and eventually put them together. Right. And you see there's a note here for everybody in the cloud and computing chat. The reason why I put it in the red color is because obviously it's very important. Okay, so let's read it through, especially for computing check. Okay, especially for the computing check. Please make sure confirm your vouchers and your project IDs in advance. Why? Because first of all, how we can purchase the cloud resources in the examination? You need money. So if you don't have the voucher in your account, you can't purchase the resources, and of course you can't do the examination. So make sure that Huawei Cloud account you provided to us is the right one that has the vouchers. Okay, it's the right one that has the vouchers. Just to double check with your coach and maybe with the Huawei staff. Okay, and second, for the cloud check, let me see. If you are in a cloud check, please type 1 in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are going to participate in a cloud check, a computing check. So, Andres, Rafael, Michelle, Vangelo. Okay, so many of you are going to participate in a computing check. So if you're in a computing check, make sure you provide your project ID to us in advance, to our staff in advance. Why? Because in the computing check, we're going to provide some images to you. We need to share some images to you. So if you don't share your project ID to us, you will not be able to receive the images in advance. Okay, and this is what had really happened. A lot of candidates, they will ask us on the global final day, like why I don't have the images. It is because you didn't share us with the project ID. And if you waste your time on the global final day to collect your images by providing project ID, you have already fall behind the other participants. Okay, so make sure check with these two things, okay? First of all, check with your voucher. Second, check with the with the project ID. And these two are related with the Huawei Cloud Platform. As for the network check, you don't have to worry about this. Make sure you provide these two. And this is how you can finish your examination. And some of you might be curious, like on the day of the global final, what kind of reference I can refer to. So I will list these references to you, which is the only reference you can refer to, which means if you visit any other websites or any other like tools or softwares, it would be considered as cheating. So first of all, this is the reference you can refer to for the network check. Okay, this is for the network check. And second, the next one, it is for the cloud and computing check. Okay, this is the second one. Only the Huawei Cloud official documents are allowed to be visited for cloud and computing. And basically, I can promise you, the most important things that you need to refer to has already been included in these websites. Okay, and if you are turning to the other websites, which are actually, in our opinion, not very essential, we will consider it as cheating. Maybe you're trying to communicating with someone else or something. So please do not open any websites except for these two, the website that we have listed here. Okay, make sure you will be safe on the day. Okay, so there are some questions here. First of all, from Hasafi, in CloudCheck, can we visit some official websites like CentOS and Docker Official? Unfortunately, it's not allowed. Okay, it's not allowed. And second, from Asia, says, does CloudCheck have images also? I can tell you about this. In the CloudCheck, you don't have to get images from us. We will not, in the questions, you don't have to collect a shared image from us. And the last question, how screenshots will be collected on one laptop? Okay, so first of all, the screenshot tools, there are many screenshot tools that we will provide to you in the laptop, and one of it would be Sneakpast. And of course, there are some other screenshot tools, but I can't remember. Anyway, the most popular ones are provided, but I would recommend the Sneakpast the most because this is the most convenient one, in my opinion, huh? It's just in my opinion. That is the most convenient one to use. Okay, you can simply set your hotkey and you can take your screenshots like this. Now, how it would be collected? For example, you will put your screenshots for example, you will put your screenshots into one folder, okay, like this. And you can, for the cloud and what is that, the computing check, you can put your answers together by uploading the answers into the OBS. Okay, since you are in the cloud and the computing check, I don't think I need to explain to you what is an OBS. So you can put your questions in the OBS together. And then after downloading the other two computers' answers into the same computer, you will have the questions from everybody. And then we will use an USB to copy the answers. Okay, we will use an USB to copy the answers. Okay, so if the link doesn't work, maybe you can ask your teammates since it's working. Thank you, Anderson. Okay, now I want to tell you something about screenshots. The reason why I want to talk about how you took the screenshots is because when I am scoring the answers, there are some things that seems like obviously they know how to solve questions, but the screenshots that they are taking are so like it's very difficult for me to give them the scores. It's not very well taken. So let me tell you, please, when you are taking the screenshots, I have 2 points for you. First of all, in the questions, we will tell you very clearly how you should name your screenshots, right? For example, they will say, please name these screenshots as 1 minus 2 minus 2, like for example, would be called global final, something like that. And then when you're taking the screenshots and when you are saving it, just name it as what we tell you, okay? For example, global final. Name it as exactly as what we are telling you to name. So why I talk about this? Because many of the candidates, they will name the screenshots like in a mass. They will give different numbers to the screenshots, makes the orders totally in a mess, and the names of the screenshots. When we are giving questions, we will give a proper name, like so that we will be able to know from the name that this one should be what kind of scoring points. And if you don't give it a proper name, first of all, it's going to be very difficult for us, the scoring people, to find out the right screenshots. Maybe the last screenshots is in the first one. Then it's going to make it us extremely difficult to score you. And second, if you're if the scoring people is very strict, to be honest and say, if the screenshot name is not the right one, we can just not to give you any score, even though it's the right answer. So please make sure when you are naming, when you are doing the name, when you are naming your screenshots, name the right one. This is what I've always been trying to tell the candidates and what is really happening. Please make it easier for the scoring people to score you. It's just a right name. Okay. Thank you so much. And the second thing, however, by the way, usually the teams with a very high scores, they will name it properly. I don't know why. Maybe they have been trained about that. And the second, when you are doing the screenshots, for example, maybe the screenshot says, maybe the requirement says, please take a screenshot of the examination environment details page. And okay, when I say please take a screenshot of the detailed page of examination environment, some of you will take a screenshot like this. Okay, although in the description it says the detailed page, then a page should be a page instead of just a phrase. Okay, some of you would provide the pictures just like this, a screenshot like this. So how can I know what would be the details in your page? So please make sure when you are taking the screenshot, it would be perfect if you put your full desktop or your full page in the screenshot. And if there's any highlights you want to make to us, you can highlight it with the tools in the screenshot tools like this. Okay, so this one I would say the screenshots like this would be a perfect screenshot, not a screenshot with only a very few details. And I can't seriously, I can't score you if you only give us a very limited detail, because it cannot show me the relationship or any other evidence that you are doing it properly. Okay, and then it comes to the third point, third part, which is the most important, or let's say somehow important in the enablement today, which would be the key points of the examination. So before we move on to this part, before we move on to this part, let me check out with some of the questions. So if some of the, it says the USG 6000 link is not working, right? Okay, maybe I will also try on it. If it doesn't work, I will share you with another link. Ah, I see. Okay, don't worry. The USG 6000 link, if this one doesn't work, maybe I will ask the support team of the competition to provide you with a new one. The eventual link of the network chat, please refer to the examination guidance on the laptop that you received on the global final day. Okay, the link in the examination guide, that's the official one. Maybe it would change a little bit from the link today. Okay. And another question here. For the network check, can Wireshark be used in the competition? So when you are talking about the Wireshark, can you give me more details? Okay. For this question, I guess I will check it with the network team. Okay. Because it needs to be decided by the official staff there. If I get the answers for some of the questions that we could not answer today, it will be provided to you in the learning space. Later, I will introduce that to you. Like an official learning platform, the answers that are not answered today, they will be provided on that platform. Thank you for your questions, and I would answer the questions how I can answer, try my best to answer you. And also, will we talk about innovation competition? Oh, I'm sorry. Today it's only about the practice competition. The innovation competition is like a totally different direction. So maybe you can look forward to the future motivation. Okay. you will use Wireshark to confirm and troubleshoot configurations. Don't worry, I'm checking on it, and when we got the answers, it will be provided you maybe in 3 working days. Okay. And Yahasafi said, will our instructor be present with us during the examination? So, like what I had explained, talking with your instructor or your coach during the examination about the questions is considered as cheating. Okay, nobody is allowed. You have to work as a team. 3 of you is going to work as a team. You can talk together with your teammate, but you're not allowed to talk with anyone else about the questions. Also, the invigilator, we are not allowed to provide you with any IT support concerned with the questions. Okay, it's fair for everybody. So sorry for that. Next, let's check out with the key points in the examination. So I will talk about cloud first, and second, I will talk about network, and third, it will come to the cloud track. Right. Okay, so first of all, about the exam outline of the cloud track. Later, I will tell you where you can find exam outlines. So, first of all, in the cloud track, there are 3 directions, including the cloud, AI, and big data. So, for the cloud track, and the cloud direction, oh, before we start, I want to tell you something here in the examination outline. For the global final in the outline, you can find the weightings of different directions. Let's take the global stage, for example. It will be 45% for the cloud track, a direction, and 40 for AI. And when it comes to big data, it's only 15. However, what I want to talk about here is that although the cloud and AI occupies the most weighting, it doesn't mean big data is not important. Why? Because according to my experience for the previous years, it seems that the teams with a higher score could always get a very good score in the big data and AI. And big data or AI, because they are relatively more difficult, so the difference, they will get more scores in big data and AI. And this is the directions that you can make a difference from the other teams. But also this year, I can tell you cloud is also going to be a little bit difficult, so get prepared for it. Okay, the exact date of the competition, please, you can check your email. Okay, we will inform you about the exact date officially from the email. And also when we have settled the dates, we will tell the Huawei staff, and they will tell you the exact date. Because it's still under preparation, so we will not just tell you the date right now. Thank you for your understanding. So anyway, the weightings are different. Cloud and AI occupies the most weighting, and big data is the last one. Now let's check what kind of things are important in each direction. So when you're reading the outline, you will find that there is one column here says the global stage. So if it is blank here, without a tick here, it means we will not examine you in a global final. Okay, but in a cloud track, obviously everything is important. So I will tell you something more, like what is more important. Okay, first of all, the cloud direction. The cloud direction. First of all, you need to know, you need to at least know how you can do the accounts, how you can deal with the accounts and identity and access management, as well as applying for some simple things like the computing services, and the basic network services. Okay, now in this examination, please make sure you prepare yourself very well about the operation and maintenance, especially how we can Yeah, I should not talk too much about this, about the cloud maintenance and the security services. Okay, and of course, the cloud-based, cloud native would also be a very important thing, especially how you can manage the containers. Okay, this is about the cloud direction. Next, when it comes to I would say everything here is very important. But especially the AI algorithms, machine learning and deep learning. And also you need to be very familiar about how we can use the Huawei AI development platform, as well as the AI development framework and parallel training framework. You should know how you can use them on sport. And eventually it's very likely that you will be required to do an AI application development. And it could be computer vision, speech processing, NLP. I will not tell you what would be the exact type, but get yourself prepared for this. Last, about big data. So in big data, there are many components, right? There are many components. So there are some components that are very frequently used, like HDFS, HBase, Hive, and maybe MapReduce, Yarn, and Spark. All of these components, make sure you are very familiar with them, and you know how to use these components. Okay, and MRS, of course, in our questions, you would absolutely need this one, and you need to understand the scenarios and the data governance. So when it comes to the data mining, you also need to know how to do the processing, feature engineering, and perhaps you need to know how to do the data mining based on the PySpark and mlib. Okay, in order to make it more easier for you to prepare, later I will also tell you what kind of resources you can get from us to get better prepared. Now, when it comes to the exact outline of the network track, I have to open the outline for you first. So first of all, again, let's check out with the weighting. In the weighting part, you will find that Datacom is the most weighted one, and then it's security or WLAN. However, there is no weighting for DCN, okay, which means we will not examine you on this part. We will not examine you on this part. And basically, I will not read through the outline here, okay? But you need to know that when you're reading through the global stage column here, the things with not crocs or without a tick here, they will not be examined. For example, we will not examine you on IPv6 enhanced technologies, nor on the Huawei scenario specific solutions. Of course, DCN is not inside it, and we will not ask you to do the cloud security in the network track, which means you don't have to get a Huawei Cloud account. Okay, and the third, the scenario specific security solutions is a no again. As for the WLAN, okay, for the WLAN and IoT, IPv6 WLAN, and the network planning or large-scale WLAN deployment or WLAN ONM, because it's very difficult to ask you to examine you in examination, so we will not examine you on this part. But after all, Datacom, security, and WLAN, they will be examined. And according to our experience in the previous years, the network track would be like the one that takes the longest time for everything. Usually they will feel like it is a little bit difficult to finish all of the questions during the 8 hours. So good luck to everyone. Make sure you practice yourself very well before the examination, because later I will tell you, we will provide the questions that we had for the last few years global final. practice on the previous global final questions. And I promise you, you will be better prepared if you practice. Okay, some of you are asking, will you share the slide? Okay, we will upload this video to the learning space later. I will tell you about that. But for this slide, I'm not sure if they will upload it. They will provide the video for today. Next, so Jeff, the question you had, is there a separate discussion for the previous network check competition? So actually you don't need a separate discussion. Later I will tell you. In the learning space, you have everything you need. By the way, there was someone asking me about the Wireshark, right? The Wireshark, you can use it. You can use it in the network check. You can use it. Now, the last one check, the computing check, which is a relatively new track compared with networking and cloud. So in this track, we have three directions as well: Kunpeng, Euler, and OpenGauss. So in the Kunpeng direction here, what I want to tell you is that you will need to master the skills of DevKit and BoostKit. DevKit and BoostKit. And of course, you need to know how to do the software porting, compliance, and etc. Okay. As for the Euler, again, maybe you will see there are so many scoring points here. So many things you need to know here. But there are some way that can get you better prepared. That is to read through the previous year's questions. Okay. Read through the questions for the previous years, and you will be better. You will absolutely get a better score for this year. Now, something important in the Euler competition, such as the management. Okay, keep it in mind. The management, and you need to know the business, service management and configurations, as well as cluster software configurations, and shared storage configuration, as well as the management automation. So these parts would be the most important part. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's too much spoil. So just kidding. It's not a spoil. It's just help you get better prepared. It's fair for everybody. So next is OpenGauss. In the OpenGauss, it's a database, and for the OpenGauss, you need to know how to get yourself prepared with a database to do the operations first, and you need to understand what is a circle engines, and you need to understand how to do the development based on the Gauss DB, as well as the securities and the security management, and maybe some migration tools or the performance optimization. Okay, so this is the outlines of the competitions. So there is a question. Kunpeng developer application. There's no English slide. I will record your question here, Anderson. You see, so I will check out with the team. And would you mind if you leave the name of the Huawei staff that you are contacting with? Maybe in a further place we will contact that staff and provide you with another further answer. Okay. Okay. So the last part, how after talking about so many key points of different directions, please be careful here. Okay. The last part is also most important part. I will tell you how you can get yourself better prepared. For example, the questions in the previous years for the global final and some related learning resources. So everything is in the learning space. So every region are using the same link actually. I will send you a link in the chat box. So guys, you can check the link in the chat box. After you open this link, you can log into this learning space with a Uniportal ID. It's available to everyone, so you don't have to get a permission to access it. It's open to everyone as long as you have a Uniportal ID. just log in as a Uniportal account. Now, let me take the cloud track learning space for example. In this learning space, you will find a lot of things. For example, there are six sections in total, including the competition course, cloud, big data and AI, or certification zone and product documents. For the last two, it's only some related contents, and the most important parts are in the previous four sections. The first one, competition course. What is it? It is the real questions that we had in the previous years, including the preliminary stage, and I don't quite remember what's the name of that stage, the second stage anyway, and the regional stage, as well as the global final stage in every year. Okay, later I will show you. And cloud, big data, or AI are just the three different directions of the cloud track. We will give you the related MOOC course in different sections. So let me show you here. First of all, for the competition course, I will show you the one for the last year, for 2023 to 2024. There would be examination outline explanation video, okay, including the outline PDF. By the way, you can only view it online. Okay, you can only view it online. And we also have the regional final questions here. Okay, and the related softwares, of course. And last of all, there is something called global final materials. So first of all, you will have an enablement, which was also presented by me last year. And second, you will have the enablement that we presented in last year. Oh, so I guess this year you would probably have it as well. Okay, so after the enablement material, these are the related materials with it. And in this one, there is another course called practice course. So in this course, you will have the real questions for every stage. For example, for the global stage, you will be able to have the lab examinations questions first of all. Okay, you will have the questions first of all, and then we will also give you some support materials. And all of the questions that we had previous years, they are here. Okay, and let me take one more, for example. For the year before last year, not this one, maybe this one. Okay, all of the questions you see in the previous years, they are presented to you. Okay, they're presented to you. However, the section for the competition course, they are only some materials related with our competition only. But when you refer to our outline, you will see actually every stage matches with a specific Huawei certification level, right? So all of the knowledge that you need to pass one of the stage, actually they come from they're not from like just our competition. They are from Huawei certification system. So all of the courses related with the certification system that you need for a specific direction, they have been listed here, such as the one for cloud, like cloud service, and from IA to IE. Okay. As for the cloud track, someone was asking about the Kunpeng, so let's check if we have it. So there is a Kunpeng developer courses here. And Anderson, if you're interested in it, you can refer to this. I'm not sure if the slide you are talking about is the certificates levels of the materials. Maybe you can specify what kind of slide you are talking about. So this is about the learning space, and you need a uniportal ID to log into this platform. But you don't need extra permission. Everybody that register with Huawei account, you can access to it. And make sure that you provide your uniportal ID to us before you start with your examination. Why? Because you need to have a uniportal ID. On that day, you need to log into your uniportal account to check the questions online, like what I am doing now. Okay, for example, maybe you will open a course and you will be able to view the questions like this. Okay, the questions will be presented to you like this. By the way, don't forget the password of your uniportal ID or the password of your Huawei account. Otherwise, if you forget your password of your account, maybe you need to use your mobile phone to receive some like verification code or from your email or mobile phone. But you see, you're in China now. If you come to the HQ of Shenzhen, so it's going to take you a very long time to do it. And by the way, it's actually not allowed for you to use the mobile phone during examination. So guys, make sure you remember the password of your Huawei account and your uniportal account. And also, if you have to log into it with some verification code, make sure you finish it before you start the examination. Okay, you have 30 minutes to do the preparations. But of course, you can't see the questions during this time. And so this is some reminders I want to give to you. Make sure you provide the uniportal ID to us, and only the ones that provided your uniportal to us. And then we will only invite the ones that is in the global final to see the questions of the global final. Okay. The other ones is not open to the public, obviously. Okay, this is how you can provide a uniportal to us. Actually, it's the same one like you have here as the username. Now, the last thing I want to tell you about is some of my own observations. So first of all, of course, all of the knowledges in the competition, actually, they come from Huawei certification system, from IA, IP to IE. And now, if you are going to join us in the global final, it's going to match the level above IE. And the highlighted ones are going to be the areas that we will have in the global final. And now I will talk about my observation. So the teams that will have a higher score in our global final are usually the teams that have at least IE certifications. Okay, usually the teams that win will have some certifications from IE area. Okay, so although of course in the global final you will not get an extra scores for the certificates, but I just want to tell you that actually by knowing more or by mastering the knowledges in the IE, IP, or IA system will make you better prepared for ICT areas. And of course, it's going to enhance your understanding about the direction that you are going to participate. So I want to say, before the last part, I want to answer some of the questions. First of all, from Yahasafi, for the clock check, we can access the virtualization and containerization courses in e-learning platform. So Yahasafi, can you specify actually what kind of courses you are talking about in the e-learning platform? I guess it's open to everyone, isn't it? For example, can you access the courses here, like IA? I guess it's open to everyone, as long as you make sure you have been registered first, registered and signed in to the platform. Okay, and so Hasafi, you can check it. If it doesn't work, you can tell me. Okay. And another student asked, will the laptops be provided on the 20th for us to set up account and familiarize for ourselves, or on the 21st, the official exam day? If provided on the 20th, will the test be done on this laptop or another computer? So first of all so someone has asked, will the laptops be provided on the 20th for us to set up the accounts and familiarize ourselves? It is no need, because you will have 30 minutes before the examination to do the preparations, okay? You will have 30 minutes to do it. And by the way, we have a lot of professional staff there to make sure that all of the softwares are settled in the computer. So you will have the time on the examination day to do some preparation, which is 30 minutes. But during these 30 minutes, nobody is allowed to see the questions. And of course, it's going to be the same computer. The reason why you test it is because it's going to be the computer you need to do the examinations, right? So am I clear about your questions, dear? Okay, so Anderson says PDF to download it in the document center to download. Document center. Document center. You're talking about the official talent platform? Maybe Anderson, can you provide the website in the chat box? I will check on it. And Asia says, when will you provide us the link to the global finals? The link of global final is not going to be sent to you, your email. The link to the global final, I mean the official link for the global final, it will be presented to you on the computer we provide to you in the classroom. And before the examination, we will send you some testing links. Okay, we will send you some testing links. But the global final question link, of course, it will not be sent to you individually. It will only be presented to you in the lab guidance, or let's say the examination guidance documents on your desktop of the examination computer. Oh, okay, I see. So it's about the Kunpeng. Let me see for the Kunpeng developer. So if you're talking about HCIP Kunpeng computing, I guess we could download it just by using these materials. You can check it. And for me personally, it seems it's working. So is this the one that you are talking about here? If you're interested in it, you can try on this. So Anom says your email is Google email, Kunpeng development team. Is that the Huawei Cloud certification, Anderson? Can you send me the link? I guess you are talking about Huawei Cloud certificate, not the one for HCIA IP or IE certificate, because that's a different system. Okay, are you talking about this one? Okay, so another question. Your email is Google email, GG email. Is it okay to get a verification code, or do I need to install a VPN on my laptop? No need. You can get the verification code from your email. Just to make sure you finish the verification during the 30 minutes preparations. Okay, you don't have to install a VPN on our officially provided computer. You don't have to install a VPN. or any other softwares. It's not necessary. Okay, will we get a certificate at the end of for everyone or just the winners? Oh, AU. No. Uh, you see, it's only a competition. We are going to, of course, reward the winners. But if you want to get an HCIE, you have to attend the examinations for HCIE. You can't just get an HCIE by attending the global final. Global final ICT competition is ICT competition, not HCIE examination. Okay, maybe I can search for it. Mm, there is maybe Anderson. You can. Are you talking about this one? Are you talking about this one? So you can send me the link after the enablement. But yeah, but no, there is no. You see, based on Kunpeng developer. Oh, I see. I got your point. Mm, yes, I know you. I got your point. Uh, so Anderson, if you want to get an, if you want to get like a PDF version, you can view it online in this link. Okay, it's all provided. But maybe you can't download it. But the courses are provided. You can find it in the link here. Okay. I got your link here. As for the prices, sorry, it's not um today's topic. You can get the yeah. This is not allowed to be downloaded. It's just yeah. It's just an online one. Yeah. So if you need an PDF, maybe you can. I see your point here. So if you need an PDF, maybe you can leave your email in the chat box, and I will ask the staff responsible for Kunpeng application developer course to see what is happening in the talent. Okay? Yes, indeed. So we will check on this. If we have any further answer, we will reply to you. So good questions here. Some of you might have any. So first of all of the questions that needs to be closed for today, you can come to the first course under competition course here, and you will be able to find. Um, where is it?王老师，那个我想问一下，他们的
你说。
那个回答都会放在哪里啊？我没有在这里看到目录。
我来回答一下啊。Let me check one of your questions. If we have a question later, who should we contact and how? Actually, after the enablement meeting, the whole meeting recording will be uploaded to Huawei ICT Academy official Facebook. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments. Once we check it, we will answer you. 后面他们的关于这个赋能会的问题，让他们在 Facebook 里面留言吧，因为他这个只是课程，不会为学生设置一个评论区的。
哦，不是，我是说，就是像中国区一样，它好像这边没有那个之前问答的那个 FAQ。
哦，那我应该是我们没有上传。
哦，OK，那后续会在这里上传了，如果他们的问题。
好。
哦，那你要不跟他们说一下？
嗯。
By the way, at the moment, maybe you can't find the FAQ that we had for today, but maybe after 3 or 4 days, you can check it. All of the questions that haven't been closed for today, will be uploaded in some of the documents here. You can check it in this link. Okay. Okay, so thank you guys for your attendance for today. And wish you good luck for the ICT competition. And I wish that I can see some of you in Shenzhen, China. Okay, thank you for your attendance.